Shalom, and welcome to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul, your Biblical Hebrew podcast. Shalom and welcome to our Biblical Hebrew podcast. Today I would like to speak to you about Genesis 1 verses 1 to 5. In general, though if we don't know how to read Hebrew, how to look even at the letters, there is a way for us to look at the Hebrew Bible and get some kind of a context from the Bible, from the way it is written. For instance, in the first verse in Hebrew, and you can do this exercise with me now. Though we don't know how to read Hebrew, we can still count the words. How do we count the words? There is a word, a combination of few letters or a few marks or a few drawing, and there is a space bar between them. So we shall count the words in the first verse in Hebrew. When we are counting the words, we shall see that in the first verse in Hebrew, there are 7 words. You can count with me or in your spare time, free time. Now, when we continue and count the words at the second verse, we count 14 words. And please pay attention to the relation between 7 and 14, because 14 is twice, or 7 plus 7, or 7 double 2. We shall continue. Verse number 3 has 6 words, while verse number 4 has 12 words. Again, and 12 is 6 double 2. Please pay attention to the structure, though if we don't know how to read Hebrew. And at the 5th verse, we have 13 words, and the last word of the 5th verse in Hebrew is echad, which is 1. And also the word 1 in Hebrew, echad, has the value of 13. So the 5th verse is the average between the second verse and the 4th verse. In the second verse, we have 14 words. In the 4th verse, we have 12. Together, they make 26 words. And at the 5th verse, we have 13 words, which is the average of 14 plus 12, which is 26, divided into 2 is 13, and the last word of the 5th word is echad, also has the value of 13. So far, this is the structure of the 5 verses in Hebrew. But there's another surprise for all of us, and I would like to slowly discuss with you those great surprises which are hidden in the Hebrew Bible. When we read the verse, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, we meet 2 nouns, we meet new terms, heaven and earth. Usually people think about heaven and earth like 2 opposite things or very far from each other. But now the question is how far they are from each other. Let's look into the Hebrew structure. The Hebrew word for heaven is shamayim. The value of shamayim, heaven, is 390. The Hebrew word for earth is eretz, aretz. And the value of the word aretz is 291. Now, please pay attention to the value of the word aretz, earth, 291. For now, we shall put the 1 from the 291 aside and relate to the 29. And also, we shall look into the value of the word heaven, Shamayim, which is 390, and put a 0 outside. And what do we have? We have two numbers, Shamayim, heaven, as symbolized by the number 39, and earth, which is symbolized by the number 29. What is the difference between 39 and 29? 10. There is a 10 difference between 39 and 29, or 10 spheres. This is one possibility to look at the difference between heaven and earth, or 10 spheres different between heaven and earth. Another perspective is the following. The value of Shamayim is 390. The value of Aretz, earth, is 291. If we put the 1 aside for a moment, the difference between heaven and earth is 100. And here is another perspective. The value of heaven, Shamayim, is 390, and without a 0 is 39, like 3 times 13. 13 in Hebrew is 1, echad, but also 13 is the value of the word love, ahava. So, heavens, it means 3 times love. This is one perspective. Another perspective is the following. When we write the letter Shin in its filling, not just a simple Shin, which has the value of 300, when we write the letter Shin with its filling, we shall write 3 letters, Shin, Yod, Nun. In this case, the letter Shin with its filling is 360, plus the value of the word Ma'im, which is 90, gives us the value of 450. If we put the 0 outside, we get 45. 45 is the value of the word Adam, human in Hebrew, or the name of the Lord, the Tetragrammaton, with the filling of the letter Aleph, Yod, He, Vav, He. So, now the word heavens, Shamayim, has several perspectives, and we did not cover even 1% of the perspective that the word heaven in Hebrew has. In the beginning, we were saying that the difference between heaven and earth, when the heaven are 390 and earth is 290, we said that the difference is 100. In Hebrew, me'ah. Me'ah. When Abraham was 100 years or 100 years old, his son Isaac was born, the son of the promise, Me'ah, the relation between the heaven and earth. The gap was covered by the birth of Isaac, the first child that was born in the promised land, and the first child who was circumcised when he was 8 days old. Another perspective of the number 100. According to the Hebrew books, a person should bless 100 blessings every day. But the question is, why do the sages bother to write that we should say 100 blessings? And it's very simple. Now you see, 100 is the bridge or the gap between heaven and earth. Eretz is earth, but Eretz already contains 2 letters, Tzadi and Resh. Tsar, narrow. So the earth is narrow in relation to the heavens. The heaven, we say before, has the value of 450 with the filling of the letter Shin, and the value of 450 or 45 is human, is the spirit, and we prove that the word heavens has the spirit perspective from different angles, but the earth, Eretz, is from Tsar. Tsar is narrow. So this is why the sages come to this conclusion that a person, we should bless 100 blessings. In the Muslim tradition, they have a necklace with 99 beads, and on each bead there is a blessing, and they move this necklace or these beads between their fingers, and they say 99 blessing. Where does it come from? From here. The word Eretz, earth, has the value of 291, because now we bring the 1 again to the equation that we left aside before. So we have 291. Plus, in a way, we look at the Muslim tradition, which is a bit later in time, and we add this habit or this tradition to have the 99 blessings, and then we have 291 plus 99 is 380, the simple value of the word Shamayim. Another perspective. Jacob is 100 years when the angel struggles with him, and since the angel cannot beat Jacob any longer, he touches a special place in his body, the palm of his thigh. The palm, in Hebrew, kaf, which has the value of 100. All night long, the powers were equal, Jacob to the angel. But before dawn, there is a change. The angel can rule only in the darkness. And when the dawn comes, the angel cannot govern the unconsciousness anymore, because the light, the sun will come and shines. When the angel touches Jacob, palm of the thigh, Jacob is 100 years old, and the angel notify Jacob that from now on his name will not be called Jacob anymore, Yaakov. He shall follow from the word Akev, which is hill, but now he gained a new name, Israel. Israel, the 5 letters which compose the name Israel, contains also the word Rosh. Rosh is head in Hebrew. So during the struggle with the angel at the river Yabok, there is a transformation. Jacob is not named after the heel, which is the lowest part of the body, and we have 2 heels. Jacob is named after the head, Rosh, Israel. And from this point on, after Jacob is named Israel, he is no longer associated with delivering physical children. At the moment of struggle Yabok, Rachel is already conceived with his 12th son, Benjamin, and Jacob will not deliver any more physical children because he is named after the head, after the tree of life, after the heavens. And we see through those little examples that we gave today how the gap between heaven and earth is being achieved by Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and also through our 100 blessings that the sages are teaching us. Wishing you wonderful summer or winter ahead, and many more discussions about this chapter, which is opening in front of us the gates of heaven. Shalom. Thank you for listening to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to hear more about a certain topic, just write us an email to hebrew@learnoutlive.com. We are always happy to hear from you. For more episodes, videos, and articles like this, please visit our website at hebrew.learnoutlive.com. We also would like to invite you to join our live classes. Just search for Online College of Biblical Hebrew on Facebook and start learning now with students from all over the world. Koltuv and Shalom.